Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Personal Finance series. This is the 5th episode. I've done 4 episodes so far in the Personal Finance series. Every Thursday I'm going to be bringing you a personal finance topic. In this series we talk about how to manage finances, how to pay off your debt, how to invest, how everything related to money we're going to be talking about in this series every Thursday, Personal Finance series. I will also link the whole playlist in the description. If you haven't watched the first part of the first 4 parts, you should go and check it out. Now in this video we're going to cover several topics. We will start with why you should start investing right now, or why you should start investing at the early age. After that we will talk about how much money should you invest at the beginning or at the starting stage, and in the end we will talk about which funds to buy, which stocks to buy, where to buy, and all of the fun stuff. So let's get started. Before I get started, I just want to share something with you. On this video, which was made August 31st, my portfolio was about 51,000 on Robinhood. For people who don't know what is Robinhood, Robinhood is a platform where you can buy and purchase stocks, mutual fund, index funds. I've been using this platform for more than 4 years, and you can see that in August 31st it was 51,000, and today is November 25th, Wednesday, when I'm filming this video. And look at the price, it's 65,000. So August, September, October and November it grew 15,000. So the reason I showed you that money is to not brag about how much money I have in stock, but to tell you that whatever I talk through my experiences, and I'm not just random reading a book and telling you the stories. I'm actually experiencing and I'm growing in, so I want to help you grow as well. Now let's move on to the first topic. Also timestamps in the description, skip to any part of the video you want to. We will start with why you should start early in the investing game, or why you should start investing right now. If you start investing right now at the age of, let's say roughly about 25, and if you're retiring at 55, which is 30 years from now, you will have a lot of money saved if you invest for long-term strategy. Again, the word is long term. Now the number 25 I came up with is because my audience is split into 2 halves. The first half is 18 to 25 age, the demographic, and the second one is 25 to 36, and in fact 25 to 36 is higher than 18 to 25. So I just averaged out into my whole audience and came to conclusion that 25 will be a good age to give a number. Now let's take a simple example. Let's say that you are 25 and you invested $10,000 for 30 years. Every year market does a 7% gain or profit in your investment. So after 30 years, if you didn't invest anything else, just invested $10,000 for 30 years, kept it there, and you made 7% every year profit on your $10,000, and it compounded. After 30 years, the money you will gain is $81,000. Now something more interesting I want to tell you is that, let's say an example number 2, where you are 25, you invested $10,000 for 30 years, but the only catch is that you kept on putting $100 every month. So you kept on increasing, consistently put into your investment. And guess what the number is going to be after 30 years? It's $204,000. Drastically different from $81,000 to $204,000 if you consistently invested just $100 a month. I know there are some people who's going to be able to invest $1,000, $5,000. Of course, this number goes up if you invest more money into it. I took an example of $100, but if you put $1,000, it probably goes into $1 million. So the more you put in the money, the more margin you will make. But the idea is compounding. All of this to say is that start investing early, because the minute you start and the longer time you have in the market, the compound interest is going to make you more money. That brings me to the next point, which is how much money should we invest into? Before I even answer how much money you should invest, we should start talking about when do you think that you are ready to to invest? When should you be ready to invest? I have 4 basic criteria the way I planned my investment strategy, and that's what I'm going to share with you. Let's say you're making $1,000 as an income. That's your current income. If your expenses is also $1,000, that means this is your income and this is your expenses, and they both are at the same level. You shouldn't be investing because you need that money for your basic living expenses. You cannot afford any more money to put. Let's say your income increased to $1,500. So you have now $500 of a surplus. The next $500, you shouldn't start investing right away. If you have any loan or high interest loan, then you should be paying that loan off, because the loan also works the same way. It compounds the interest on you, and then over time you will have to pay a larger amount in your loans. Even if your monthly payment out of 500 is $200 and you're like, okay, I still have $300, can I invest that? I would say that if your interest is high enough and if you're paying way high interest on the total loan, you should put that $300 extra into your principal, and instead of investing in the stocks, you should invest into your loan. Finish your loan off and then you can start investing. Moving on to the next criteria, let's say your income is $2,000. You're covering your principal of your loan, you're paying some extra amount into your loan, you still have left with $500. Should you start investing now? I would say you should start investing if you have covered your emergency funds or financial runway. And what is emergency funding and financial runway? It's basically, let's say if you lost your job, do you have enough money saved into your account that you can run without job for at least 3 months, if not 6 months? I prefer 6 months, but let's take 3 months as the worst case scenario, that you will get another job in 3 months. So do you have enough fund in your account, liquid fund, that you can use that in emergency cases, or if you lose your job, or if you have a house or you fall sick or something, some health emergency came up, you have the money saved enough that you can use that during that time. So having 3 months of income, at least, I'm saying you should have 6 months, but at least 3 months, then that is when you should start investing. Now that you understand all of your finances and you are ready to make that step that, okay, I'm ready to put money into stocks and I'm ready to invest, let's talk about one important thing. I also call it golden rule of investment into stock market, that you should only invest into stock market if you don't need that money for next 10 years ideally, but at least 5 years. That you don't need money for at least 5 years. If you are investing $1,000 a month, imagine that $1,000 a month is not going to come back at least 5 years from now. Unless there's a super hardcore emergency, you should never touch that money. Its money is gone, invested, forget about it until 5 to 10 years. I would ideally prefer 10 years, but if you cannot wait that long, then 5 years is the ideal stage. And this is where most people make mistake, is because they are impatient. People think that stock market is like a quick money, everybody should invest, and they will see the number going up and down, and they will either buy in fear, either they will sell in fear or buy in FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So, and there's a reason behind 5 years, is because the stock market is super volatile. It's always up and down and up and down and up and down. So let's say you invested in the market when Tesla, for example, when Tesla was $800, people were thinking that, oh my god, this is gonna go even up. So people bought it because of fear of missing out. And now when the market was going down and the stock is falling to $200, people are like, okay, this is gonna go, I'm gonna lose all the money, so I better sell, at least make some money out of it. So they sell the money. So that's why when you invest into market, you should not invest in short term. You should keep it for long term. Overall, the market does 10% increment every year, at least 7 to 10% increment every year. So over the time of 5 years, even if it has gone up and down, up and down, up and down, you will still have some profit made on your money you have invested. By the way, I'm not saying this. Warren Buffett and all the other people who are financial gurus, Dave Ramsey and everybody, they are the one who's saying all this thing. So it's not just me, but I'm taking all the advices from those people and giving it to you. All right, now I know most of you you are just waiting for this part, bhai ye sab theek hai, like just tell me where to invest the money. I'm ready, just tell me the stock and I'll start investing. I know you are just waiting for that. So here it is. And now there's two ways to invest the money into stocks. One is the normal stock company stock, which is Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon. You just buy a single stock of that company, and if the stock does well, you sell it, you make the profit. That's called buying of stock. Now there's another thing called index fund, and I want to talk about index fund in the next episode, but in very short summary, index fund is a group of stock combined into one stock. So imagine top 500 companies who are doing extremely well. Instead of buying individual stock of that 500 company, you are investing into one stock which invest into this top 500. That is called index fund. And you should, if you are a beginner, if you are just starting, index fund is the future. You should be investing in that because you don't have to, it's super less risky. Like it's not risky, and it is going to give you minimum of 5 to 10% of profit every year. So if you keep it for a longer period of time, your money is going to grow, and you don't have to worry about and don't have to keep checking about your money. I have invested heavily in the index fund, but I've also invested in the normal company stock. In fact, what we will do is we will split this whole investing into stock and index fund into the second episode, or next episode, not second, sixth episode, which will come out next Thursday. So wait until that one. I hope you have understood the basics of investment and finances. Again, the way I invest is Robinhood. You should use that app. If you link in the description, if you use that app, you will get one stock free, and I'll also get one stock free. It's not sponsored by Robinhood, but it's an amazing platform. That's where I put all the money. The $65,000 I show you, it's in Robinhood platform. In the next episode, we'll talk about the stocks you should be investing right now, and also the index fund, and what are the index fund and why you should be investing in index funds. And I know that today's video was a little longer. It covered a lot of topics and basics, but if your basics and core fundamentals are strong in investing and personal finance, you will do much better in future steps and future episodes. So that's why I wanted to get all the basics understanding clear out. So now that you have that, we will focus on the next one, which will be coming out next Thursday. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. I'll see you guys in the next one. Gotta hustle every single day.